How do you normally get up in the morning? Do you set your alarm clock, or are you one of those people that just wake up at the same time every day? Probably most of us need some type of an alarm clock to wake up. Maybe you set your phone, or maybe you even got one of those old digital alarm clocks that the numbers just kind of go through. Whichever it is, I've got something for you that you can keep in mind every day. If you're one of those alarm clock kind of people, keep this in mind. There's an interesting psalm that specifically points to this time of the year. It's Psalm 89:15. And you might not recognize it immediately, but here's what it says. How blessed are the people who know the joyful sound. Okay, and maybe most of us don't like the sound of the alarm clock when it goes off in the morning because it's like, oh boy, now I got to get moving. But this particular verse is pointing to a special sound. It says a joyful sound. Literally, that's the Hebrew word teruah. Teruah, and that means a trumpet sound or an awakening blast. So this is a reference to one of God's holy days, the Feast of Trumpets. The holy days are mentioned in Leviticus chapter 23, and God's people today observe those feast days of God. And this is one of those passages that says, you are blessed when you know the joyful sound, which is not just referring to the sound that's going to happen at the return of Christ, which is a trumpet and a shout. 1 Thessalonians 4 talks about that. It's not just recognizing that's going to happen, but I believe this verse is pointing to the fact you have to know this sound. In other words, you have to know it's coming. Jesus Christ is going to return, and this awakening blast, this sound of the trumpet, should be going off in a Christian's life every single day, because we have to be prepared. We have to be ready for the return of Christ. And so what a great reminder for every one of us. When you set your alarm and that alarm goes off tomorrow morning, remember this awakening blast that I am going to put on Christ today. I am going to grow closer to God. I am going to make myself ready for His return. And when we do that, then we can certainly say we are truly blessed. That's BT Daily. We'll see you next time.